So didn't we end the game or something?
Sort of.
No,
This is
well-
kind of an epilogue.
We need to find out whether or not Catwoman gets her stuff back, don't you know?
Get my things and quit this damn town for good.
You should have quit this town years ago. Why do you keep coming back?
Because she lives here.
You can move. It's not
She
that
had-
hard.
She's attracted to assholes.
Oh,
one
asshole.
detail I
Batman
like
is not
is-
the only asshole in the underwear, I guess.
What-
that guy
what-
must have had two assholes then. That's weird.
One detail I sort of like is that they add a couple places where the missiles blew shit up after the end game, but not nearly enough for the number of missiles that was shot.
Well, it's more so to make it so you can still go everywhere.
Yeah,
Okay, see you guys later.
that's how the game ends. No.
Halle Berry, there you are. Isn't that how it happens in the movie? She gets blown up and then cats bring her back to life or something.
I hate when that happens.
Well, when cats bring you back.
Well,
to
remember,
life,
Michelle Pfeiffer had something similar in
Yeah.
Batman Returns.
The cat's bringing her back to life thing was more just in adaptations. I don't think it ever has actually has anything to do with her character in the
No,
comics.
in the comics, it's never had anything to do with anything. It's just a gimmick she donned because inspired by
burglar.
Batman.
Yeah,
Because cat burglar. The thing about Catwoman's actual origin story is that she was an orphan on the streets, and
worked
she
as
had
worked as a prostitute for a while.
she had to steal to survive, and she eventually got to a point where she wanted to be fancy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 points.
So in that sense, Batman and Catwoman are pretty opposite.
Or I'll slice you apart.
Opposites
Piece
attract.
by piece.
Yeah.
Two-Face has got him. He's at the museum. Okay?
Well, in Earth 2, they get together, so...
So everybody is just sort of
So you just
still
want
in
to
here at the end of the
go
game,
back
right?
then, huh?
Sorta,
Oh
yeah.
well, yeah. They can't just relocate everyone in the snap of a hat. In the after game, after this episode, Batman comes back and says there's still work to do in Arkham City, which is your justification for still being here and doing side
We
quests.
haven't apprehended Riddler yet.
We haven't
Riddler
apprehended
hasn't even
Riddler.
done
We haven't.
anything illegal, though. He just put a bunch of obnoxious.
No, in this one, he's
collectibles
taking hostages.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
taking
yeah.
hostages at this point.
Oh yeah, in this one you actually see the Riddler, unlike in Arkham Asylum, where he's just sort of communicating over radio with you. But he took I think 6 hostages, and the gimmick of his side quest is you need to find a certain number of trophies, solve a certain number of riddles, do enough of his Riddler challenges that he'll give you the location of one of his hostages, and then when you're there you have to solve some kind of puzzle to rescue that hostage.
That Jigsaw would be proud of.
Do you actually like fight Riddler, or
There's a stealth mission once you finally get to him, but no, not really.
That's a thing with a couple of the villains like Victor Zsasz and stuff where
Yeah, they just can't be boss fights because they're just people.
The
So.
challenge is often getting to them and not,
Yeah.
the physical fight itself.
Speaking of, we're going to have something like that in this mission. Because we're closing in on Two-Face. Two-Face is just going to be an enemy in this next stealth section. The gimmick of Two-Face is that you actually need to take him down a number of times before he stays down. But the
funny thing is, you only worry about him. The second he's down, everyone else apparently just disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's the king in a chess match. As soon as you take him down, it's over.
well, Two-Face really was just sort of here. Now that I think about it, like he was there at
Yeah.
the beginning of the game, and then we just sort of don't bother with him afterwards.
Yeah, he just sort of went to ground after that.
I'm sure they'll do more with him in Arkham Knight as they shown him in Penguin.
Yeah, did you see all that gear he had with him? Must have been from the cat.
He sent Paulie B over to blow that bitch's secret hideout sky high. Hopefully there's little bits of burning kitty cat raining down over Arkham City as we speak.
That'll teach them.
What the hell is she doing here?
Oh, I'm gonna punch Paulie B in the face so hard. Kind of odd though that this happens after the game's over.
Yeah.
It is sort of a weird thing to
Well,
epilogue, I guess.
Well, it kind of has to happen at least after Protocol 10 ends, because before that, missiles everywhere.
I don't know, it's just sort of, when you're playing the game after the credits, this immediately pops up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. It's just sort of a weird thing to happen right after the end of the game, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Arkham City is not exclusive to that sort of thing. I think Metroid Other M comes to mind.
Well, Metroid Other M was Phantom, right? He just comes out of nowhere. But there was at least a reason you needed to get Adam's helmet back because of reasons.
Not good enough reasons. You don't see that helmet anywhere else after that game.
Well, emotional closure. But talking about Other M story is just going to get into a
Yeah, you're right. Abort.
I guess it's just sort of the odd thing about trying to add in story stuff after you already beat the game, as opposed to just having the overworld map be sort of there and you just do all the side quests you missed.
Yeah. And really, when you think about it, all Catwoman's story is just rogues fighting rogues. Villains fighting villains over their own selfish shit.
Catwoman tries to get her shit back the game.
Yeah, more or less. I do appreciate having the extra story sequences, you know. It does sort of feel like it should have been its own self-contained pack, though, rather than something interspersed throughout the main story.
It's the problem I have with story-related DLC that I don't know if it's because it's DLC to begin with, but there's a certain stigma I have with it that it just feels like there wasn't as much effort put into it as the main game itself.
Well, I think that's partially because you can't put too much in it, because then, okay, people will accuse you of holding parts of the game you should have behind a paywall. But if you put too little in, then there's no point in never getting it. So.
It's very hard to find an important level of relevance, because it can't be too relevant, because otherwise you're holding out from the main game. But if it's just not important at all, then why would you buy it? It's very hard to reach a good balance there.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, are all the alternate costumes DLC, or do you just unlock them?
No, they're DLC, but it's actually pretty cheap. It's only like $5 for all the costumes.
Okay.
There's a good number of costumes, right?
Yeah.
Was the flips and cartwheels necessary?
Yes.
That's what she does when you push the climb down button while you're still standing up. If you're away from the edge, she'll auto flip over to where the stuff is, where the under area is. If you're by the edge, she'll just flip under. They have this habit of just putting Riddler trophies right in Catwoman's path, like you don't have to try to find them.
In buildings, anyway, you have to go out of your way in the
city, yeah, but you probably saw them and possibly marked them on your map as Batman.
You did, I didn't.
I didn't.
Will they appear in the game even if you don't have the Catwoman DLC?
Yeah.
Not really. I think so.
So I always mark those. You need to be underneath.
Yeah.
What
Getting a
does
little
her whip
stuck,
attached to? It's just sticking
Her belt.
to her leg.
Oh,
No.
I don't know.
Static press.
Well, actually, yeah, it's a little more obvious in this costume than
Well,
in the
I
other
wouldn't
one,
be
but-
surprised if the texture of her leg in her normal costume has a thingy there, like Velcro or something. I don't know, but obviously it's not something I should be thinking too hard about when you're cel shaded and whatever. But
it's just a thing in games. What is Dante's sword being held on by?
I think the
that was
only
close.
game off the top of my head that ever tried to give it justification was Final Fantasy VII.
It's Catwoman.
Did it try to
What-
give a
what the-
justification?
there's he has a
magnet.
magnet. on
Yeah,
his
there's a
back.
magnet on his buckle in the back
Oh.
of his suit that clips to the sword.
I don't remember ever seeing anything about that.
I don't remember where I heard that justification from, though. I'm not sure if it was either the game itself or the extended universe.
Yeah, it's like when I think of Final Fantasy giving weapon sheathing justification, I think actually Final Fantasy 13, where people actually do have sheaths and holsters for stuff. Except for Hope, whose boomerang literally folds down to pocket size.
Yeah. And look what that did to the game.
So
Yeah,
is
fun
Two-Face's
thing-
health bar like that just because
Yeah,
he's
two.
Two-Face, or does it actually
Yeah.
mean anything?
No, he's Two-Face.
Every time, the dual colors. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, every time you take him down, you take down more of his health.
Yeah.
But you can't take it all down in one go unless there's something you can do that I don't know about.
No. You
Just
have to
so you
do
know,
the
and
segments.
since you can't see it because we're in thief mode, Two-Face is armed with a grenade launcher.
That has mighty impressive range.
Mighty impressive range and infinite ammo.
The funny thing is, once you get rid of all the guards, he just calls in more.
Yeah.
So you could potentially just grind you for experience and get everything you want, but
That takes forever, though.
It doesn't seem like it'd be
You-
worth the trouble because this
No, you
room
might
is
as well-
actually kind of difficult.
that you might as well just collect Riddler trophies. That actually progresses something.
Hmm
Are you Two-Face?
Piggyback ride. Aw,
I will
you're
say,
no fun.
I will say that by the end of the game, when I got to this point, I didn't have much to do except get Batman's last armor upgrade and then start upgrading Catwoman.
Now, which one of these is Two-Face? I'm over there.
Oops.
And so Catwoman never got her stuff back. The end.
Don't.
No.
Well, apparently Catwoman could just take a couple grenades to the face.
I don't know why I've been seeing Catwoman make all these sporadic movements. Just reminds me of that kitty cat dance you were talking about.
What? I'm a cat.
I know that's dance.
This section can take a pretty long time. Especially when everyone follows Two-Face around.
You can use that to your advantage, though.
Yeah. Use the Caltrops to knock everyone down at once and then pot shot his attack on Two-Face.
More like you can sneak up behind someone that's on a bottom floor, knock down, smash so that it grabs everyone's attention. Two-Face doesn't follow mooks.
No, he stays up there the entire time.
He stays up there or he starts wandering down the bottom halls. Either way, he doesn't follow mooks. He always goes his own set path.
Is there a way
Now
to
these-
play the Catwoman section as Batman or vice versa?
No.
No.
No, the Catwoman sections are built for Catwoman anyway because they basically require you to do the ceiling cling thing at times. Scratch one dumbass.
Sweet, sweet pussy.
Fortunately, I don't think there's a heart monitor in this one, so you don't have to worry about...
Go for broke.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give him my shit back.
Nope, I got him.
Sorry, Harv. This really isn't your night, is it? Now tell me where you've hidden the rest of my stuff, or I'll even out the other side of your face.
The good side.
Wait, there's no claws on that hand. It's just cell shaded.
That is actually a thing. I don't think animated Catwoman ever had claws.
No.
It just keeps getting you into trouble.
Okay.
And
that's
that's
that.
it. That's the end.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, it's the end of the chapter, but to get the achievement, you have to get her stuff back, which requires going around the city stealth killing certain Two-Face thugs, which is an extremely tedious thing to watch.
Just
So
couldn't keep
obviously
it
we're
down.
not doing that.
Can't say I blame you.
It doesn't actually result in any extra cutscenes either.
Good luck with that.
No, it
Some
just ends
enterprising
as soon as you get the
individuals
last
decided
loot.
to help themselves to my
Yeah.
plans. I intend to get it all.
After that, you can switch at will between Batman and Catwoman in the overworld by going to certain spots on top of buildings where there are cats gathered, like them. And that's how you go around collecting the other.
The game's over,
Riddler.
Batman. I
Riddler
feel like
challenges.
answering the phone
This is the
now.
part where you hang up permanently.
Would you like to accept the charges?